And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. And I appreciate you being with me so very, very much. Look, I just want to do one more kind of encapsulation of the problem with John Shorey and all of the other so-called Bible teachers, so-called Bible prophets who told us that the Great Tribulation would be in March of 2016. Well, here it is, March the 30th, 2016. Nothing has happened. Just exactly like John Hagee's predictions about something earth-shattering would take place because of the appearance of the blood moons. Nothing happened. Just exactly like Jonathan Cahn's failed predictions about the total economic collapse of America because of the Shemitah. Ladies and gentlemen, please, the time has come for people to simply ignore these kind of people. But you see, what's so fascinating to me and what's so sad is that so many people latch on to predictions like Mr. Shorey without even thinking about how it completely and totally violates the timeline, the eschatological narrative, if you please. Now, in dispensationalism, here's the timeline. Number one, the rapture of the church. The faithful believers in Christ suddenly, mysteriously, miraculously disappear. Millions, hundreds of people disappear. Then, the man of sin comes on the scene, signs a peace treaty with Israel that allows the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. The sacrifices, the priesthood are all restored. 3.5 years after the rebuilding of the temple, 3.5 years after that covenant, the man of sin breaks that covenant and begins to persecute the Jews. Now, that he sets up in that temple the abomination of desolation. And ensuing, we have the Great Tribulation. At the immediate height of the Great Tribulation, Jesus comes out of heaven as the Jews cry out to God for deliverance. Now, let me ask you a question. Could anyone take John Shorey seriously and accept that timeline? In order for the Great Tribulation to begin in March of 2016, absolutely demanded that the rapture had to have occurred 3.5 years ago. Well, why is Mr. Shorey still around preaching? Why is Jim Baker still on air? There was no rapture. Number two, there was no man of sin. There was no peace treaty with Israel. There was no rebuilding of the Jerusalem temple. No restitution of the animal sacrifices. No violation and breaking of that covenant. No abomination of desolation being set up in the Jerusalem rebuilt temple. It is unbelievable to me, and I say this as kindly as possible, how anyone could sit in an audience listening to John Shorey or Hal Lindsey or John Hagee or Jonathan Cahn and hear them make their predictions about the Great Tribulation when none of the necessary prerequisites for the Great Tribulation have even taken place and would not take place. Folks, you can't predict the Great Tribulation without the abomination of desolation taking place. You can't predict the abomination of desolation without the temple having been rebuilt. You can't have the temple rebuilt without the man of sin. You can't have the man of sin without the rapture according to their own doctrine. There is simply no validity to the entire dispensational paradigm. let me urge you again to get a copy of my book, Blast from the Past, The Truth About Armageddon. It is easy to show that all of those events happened in the first century. Okay, that's enough on Mr. John Shorey and Jonathan Cahn and John Hagee. For now, I'm sure they'll come up with some other predictions. But thank you for joining me for this morning's Morning Musings. We'll get back to our study of the nature of the kingdom on the flip side, so we'll see you there.